the tradition in Centers for Spiritual Living that January is the month that we talk about the fundamentals of religious science, the very beginning philosophy of our belief system. And the thing that we're talking about today is that God and I are one, and that it is all God. And here's the thing. That's a big yawn, isn't it? It's like, oh yeah, really? Yeah. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. But the truth of the matter is, when we get that concept on the very deepest visceral level, our life becomes glorious and becomes sparkling. We are the light of God. When we take it from our head to our heart, when we move it into our very being. So there's an unpublished teaching. This is called Love and Law, the Unpublished Teachings of Ernest Holmes, which is really a marvelous book that I can recommend to you. But he says this: we are not a projection of God. We are not a manifestation coming forth from God. We are not a reflection of an image coming forth from God. We are the center of God consciousness. There is nothing but what we call God to make you out of. Whatever there is of you is something or some part of God, because there was nothing else to make you out of. So know that you are the center of God consciousness. That is so rich and so deep. And when we get it, when we understand the truth of that statement, the truth that there is only God, then our lives become that which is. It's powerful stuff. I know. Wow. Just takes my breath away. Just takes my breath away. There, in some Asian cultures, there's the belief that until age 5, children are treated as though they are God. And when I first, when my husband James Edward died, I moved into an apartment complex. And on the right-hand side was a family that had a little boy, and they were Asian. And then there was a Caucasian family that lived on the other side that had a little boy, about the same ages. And I was in the middle. And it was fascinating to me, the difference. You know, you can hear people from apartment to apartment. You want to kind of watch that sometime. Just saying. The people that were on my right-hand side that had the Asian child, that's okay. They treated their child so much differently. I could hear them. They were loving, and they were kind, and they played with him, and they were so joy-filled. And the people on the other side of me that were Caucasian, I wouldn't say that they were abusive, because I never felt that I had the obligation to report them. But the difference was horrendous. They were judgmental, they were critical, they were yelling at this kid all the time. And I was right in the middle. And maybe you were right in the middle as you were raised. I was raised with some sort of appreciation and love, and a lot of criticism and judgment. And so there was that confusion of ideas and thoughts. This is really not working for me. Sorry. So I'll just speak louder, okay?
Yeah, we can hear you fine.
Okay. Good. So imagine what your life could be if you could really integrate and understand and get the whole concept and the whole idea that you are God. And that is the foundation of our teaching. You are God. Everything is God. We're imbued with it. I want everybody to take a deep breath. And know that you just filled yourself up with God. And we exchange that energy. We exchange that godness. It cannot be otherwise. Every time we take a breath, we are breathing the essence of the divine. And we're exchanging breath. They say that the air that we breathe is the same air that the Jesus the Christ breathed. That the same air that we breathe is that the Buddha breathed. And there is the essence of that divinity, that spiritual power that we are taking in at any given moment. That it has memory, that it has recollection, that it is the divine. So every time we breathe, we are taking it all in, all of our godness in, and we're breathing it all out. Every cell and molecule of our body is that godness. It cannot be otherwise. So with that deep, visceral knowledge, how can we be judgmental and critical? How can we be angry? How can we exclude the other? The truth is, we are all God. In that same book, Ernest Holmes said, no disgruntled, unhappy sort of person can do much in metaphysics. Let me repeat that. No disgruntled, unhappy sort of person can do much in metaphysics. I don't know about you, but I have known people that have been in this teaching for mega years, 50 years. And still, they miss the essence of the teaching of our philosophy. That God and I are one. There is only one. There's only God. So, God spare me from going brain dead. I absolutely give my best effort to try to remember that truth. And yet, those people over here call my attention more often than I would like. Those people over here falsely remind me that, oh, my behavior is perfect, I am not that good, I'm pretty bad, I'm yada, 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 yada. You know the conversation that you have in your head based on those people over there. But how about if we move closer to this belief system? every organ, every brain cell, every heart space, remembering to keep our heart open in the knowledge and the wisdom that there is only one. There's a mantra that we used in this community that I want to share with you. I'm sure you know it. I'll say it once and then we can do it like 10 times together. How would that be? There is one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life. You know it? There is one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. There is one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. Woo-hoo! So namaste. I am so honored to sit in the presence of each one of you as the divine beings that you are. So I would invite the practitioners, the minister, to stand and help me hold the consciousness, to remember that this is the sacred place, that this is God's space. And so I just allow myself to listen to the sounds of those that are being acknowledged in their youth as God's expressing. I'm so joy-filled by the little ones that come and share their energy in this place. I am so joy-filled by each of you coming to share your energy in this place. There is one life. That life is God's life. That life is perfect. That life is my life now. Breathing in the essence of the divine that is everywhere, that spins the cosmos, that spins the little molecules, the little electrons and protons, the little quarks. It is all the same. And to believe that somehow or other that there is something else, or there is nothing in the creative essence, that there is no God, is impossible. There are no accidents in this world. There's no accidents in this universe. And it is so finely tuned, so perfectly balanced, joyfully and creatively expressed, I know that it cannot be otherwise. I also know that any form of disharmony, any form of anger, any form of dis-ease, any form of lack or limits is something that I create in my own belief system. It has no real power over me except the power that I give it. And so today, as I absolutely acknowledge the truth on the deepest part of my being, that there is only God, and God and I are one, I stand in my power. I claim my power. And from that powerful point of knowing and understanding, I step forward to create my life in a way that expresses my highest and best expression of spirit. And as that's true for me, I know that it is true for each one of us, each one present, each one that we interact with, each one that we love and that we know, and for all of those other 7.5 billion people in this world, that is the truth for them. So I'm so grateful for the tools given to me by Ernest Holmes, given to me by this philosophy that I call religious science, because I now feel that I have charge and control, power over my own life. And as I said, as it's true for me, I know it is true for you. And I celebrate the power of spirit expressing uniquely and perfectly through you. And I celebrate it with joy, with laughter, with excitement, and with peace. I know it is done. I know it is perfect. And I just claim it by saying, and so it is, and so it is,